37% from the field, Greg. That's got to improve.
And it will. I mean, last season was tough for both guys in terms of getting used to a certain role. But remember also, when you come into this league, a league of men, and you're that young and you haven't matured, it's going to take you maybe 2 or 3 years before you can find that consistency. And then also factor in both were getting yanked in and out of the lineup. Tough challenge for those young players as they dealt with the ebbs and flow of their confidence.
Now here's Burke. Dishes to Hayward. Fires the... The three. It's good. The assist that time from Burke.
A good open look, and he splashes home the three.
Lowry kicks to Scola. Screen by Scola. Rosen dishes to Scola. 6 on the shot clock. Raptors need to get a shot up. That's good.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
Burke with it. Now Valanciunas defending. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. Right side Lowry. Over to the wing. The shot by Carroll, no good.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Now here's Burke. Defense right on him. Favors sets the pick for Burke. Hayward outside. There's the triple.
A clear look at the hoop. He doesn't miss many of those.
Lowry passes to Valanciunas. That's short off the rim. Utah leading by 4. Burke kicks to Hayward. And the pass to Burke. Gobert dishes to Favors. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Favors got his first bucket in this one. They set the pick. Lowry has the open look. Sinks the triple. Lowry's got 5 points so far.
This shot was made possible by DeMar DeRozan.
And there's the feed to Hayward. And it's Hayward again missing. For Toronto, they come in off the loss to the Rockets. Here's DeRozan. Pass to Scola. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
And for Louis Scola, a very different role for him over the last 2 years. I mean, he was a starter for most of his career, then signed with Indiana, who had David West at the 4. Off the bench, though, Scola still played efficiently, but he was just used to putting up much bigger numbers for other teams.
No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. Greg, you were talking about Scola. He has the physical skills, Clark, to make a difference.
Yeah, he really does. I mean, he's not spectacular in anything, but he's really solid in just about everything. A pro's pro, and he adds value, tremendous value to any team he's on.
Burke. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. Now here's Lowry. Burke covering. Outside DeRozan. Here's Valanciunas. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
And that's right where they wanted to go with the ball, in rhythm.
Hayward with the ball. Favors at the elbow. Feeds to Gobert. Gobert with a screen on Scope. Here's Burks. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
Boy, for Alec Burks, he really started to put it all together in his 3rd season. He doubled his scoring average. Shooting percentage was up. Then last season, a strong start, but a shoulder injury cut short what I thought was going to be his best season yet.
And Burks hits 2 free throws. And back to Alec Burks, a guy who entered the league with raw talent, but once the light went on, Greg, he showed the ability to help his team in a number of ways.
Yeah, he's going to be the prototype in terms of a two-way player. He's a guy who can not only score it for you, but he'll rebound and defend it. But what impressed me last season is he averaged 3 assists a game, really looked to make plays for his teammates.
No good. And Toronto will go the other way with it. Here's DeRozan. Carroll kicks to Scola. And stolen by Favors. The shot by Hayward, wide open. Drops in the tray. Hayward's got a couple of threes now in the first for the Jazz. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Jazz.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover.
So, timeout called here, the first for Toronto. In the last few years, the Toronto fans have made a strong case for being the loudest in the league. And, Greg, you know, the Air Canada Center can sound like a 60,000 capacity crowd during the playoffs.
It is really unreal. It gives the Raptors a huge advantage here at home. Toronto and Canada will always be hockey first, but they love their Raptors here in the North.
And the Raptors going out now with a whole new group. Utah also making some changes. Good checked in for Alec Burks. And it's Dante Exum in for Trey Burke. 5 to shoot. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Joseph's got his first points in this one.
You know, the Raptors were top 5 in attendance last season as well. I mean, fans had plenty to cheer about as the team finished with 27 home wins on the year.
Stolen by Exum. And the Jazz pushing it up now. Hayward's running.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
And the Raptor franchise record for home wins is 30, set back in 07. You get the feeling with the way the crowd gets into it, that record won't stand much longer.
You know, he's not your typical NBA center in terms of height, guys, but he plays as big as any of them, thanks to his incredible bounceability.
Favors. Passes it to Gobert. And it's off the back rim. No good.
The defense needs to play tight on him, and that's exactly what they did to force that miss. Well done.
Kicks to Powell. Joseph. That doesn't go on the chance to tie. Favors with the screen. Exum kicks to Hayward. And it's Hayward again missing. Raptors trailed by 3. Patterson, the screen. Out to the wing. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And how? I mean, they're taking this defense to task, taking them to school. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
Favors with a screen on Johnson. Here's Hood. On target from 13 feet. And the Jazz lead by 3.
If you're waiting for him to miss when he's that open, you're going to be in for a long wait.
Joseph, the pass to Biyombo. Rebounded by the Jazz.
Good little two-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
Yeah, but that was a beauty. Good-looking shot, well-executed play. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to it.
Now, here's Exum. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. And now, here's Johnson, a fast break chance. Shot by Joseph, no good.
Boy, I tell you, I thought the Jazz had a big year last season. Looked much tougher than before. The big part of that is how Coach Quinn Snyder helped the team grow. I mean, he looked like a perfect fit in his first year with the franchise.
Now, here's Exum. Hayward outside. Fades. No luck. And Toronto will go the other way with it. You were mentioning the Jazz, and they grew last year under Coach Quinn Snyder in his first year. You know, Greg, he did the same thing with teams when he was a coach in the D-League.
That's a great point, Kevin. And beyond the growth that the Jazz showed, I think everyone in Utah was pleased with the style of play. I mean, Coach Snyder's got the team back to playing hard defense and really grinding out wins.
Just 2 to shoot. Great use of the pick to create room for the jumper. Hayward's got 8 points.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Powell, that's good.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But, boy, that was a nice job.
Here's Hood. Lots of room. His second shot goes in. Off to a good start, 2 for 2. .52 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Now, here's Joseph. Guarded closely. Johnson outside. He feeds it to Joseph. Stolen by Exum. And Hayward gets it to go on the assist by Gobert. That's 10 points for Gordon Hayward.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Here's Biyombo. No good. Gobert with the defensive effort. And here's Exum. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Three-pointer, Hayward. And that does it for the first quarter. Jazz lead by 7. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this.
I do it.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And guys, from what we've been watching with the Jazz, what are you guys seeing out there?
And it's really about limiting their mistakes. And early on, they've been able to do that here in the first.
And, guys, I like what I've seen from them on the other end, forcing a few giveaways, and that's allowed them to widen that turnover margin.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So for Toronto right now, Johnson is up there with Patrick Patterson. And there's Bismack Biyombo. Then it's Corey Joseph. And it's Powell in at the 2 spot. The dish to Exum. Shot clock at 6. They get it back. Pass to Lyles. No good on his first attempt of the game.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
And with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, you know, they haven't had to do much work on the perimeter.
There's the screen. This is to Burks. Beyond the arc. Another miss by Utah.
And guys, as many rookies do, Rodney Hood hit some major bumps in the road last season. I mean, he came in with the reputation of having an NBA-ready jumper, yet only hit 41% of his shots. He had that foot injury that kept him out for a string of games. However, it really all came together for him in April, the last month of the season.
It's good, and the Jazz lead is cut down now to just 3 on the basket from Powell. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Burks kicks to Booker. The Jazz working the ball around now. Utah needs to get off a shot here. Here's Hood. And that comes off the assist by Exum. Hood's got 6. The Raptors have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Powell dishes to Joseph. Inside. Here's Biyombo. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
Timeout is called, first of the game for the Jazz.
And we all know Utah is a very young team. Last year, only the 76ers were younger. Still very competitive given the age and the lack of experience from this group.
And the Raptors going out now with a whole new group. Jazz leading by 3. Now here's Exum. While recovering. Clock at 6. Here's Exum. While recovering. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. Clark, an interesting fact about the Jazz and their age last year. At one point, they didn't even have the oldest starting 5 in the state of Utah. Now think of this. The starting 5 of BYU, Greg and I were just talking about this, had an older average than Utah did.
Yeah, amazing. You look at the ages of Exum and Gobert and Favors. It makes sense that would be the case. How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
Thing about DeMar DeRozan, he came into the league fairly unpolished. Struggled to handle the ball, created then his own shot, and but sometimes he would create for others, too. But he's settled down. You can see the growth.
Yeah, and that's the one thing you could see the physical. talent was there in terms of him playing the two. The question was, could he make the commitment mentally to become a great player? Well, from what he's done the last few years, I would have to say he's definitely been able to do that.
And stolen by Booker. It's stolen by DeRozan. And the basket by Scola.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
They set the screen. Shot clock at 5. Burks kicks to Hood. From 12 feet out. Hits the front of the rim and out.
And, you know, getting back to DeRozan, he's put a spit shine on his offense. Over the past 2 seasons, averaged over 20 points a game, was also good for 3 or 4 assists, showing everybody how work ethic can overcome unrefined skills.
Trey Burks checked in for Dante Exum. Here's DeRozan. Booker pulls it in.
You know, for DeMar DeRozan, scary to think that he's still scratching the surface of his potential. Made his first All-Star appearance in 2014. Was a little dinged up last year, but still very effective. No doubt he's the real deal.
Hood can't get it to go.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
Give credit where credit is due right there. A terrific assist.
They set the pick. Burke kicks to Hood. And the pass to Lyles. Down low. Hood dishes to Booker. Burke. And it's Toronto with the rebound.
You love the closeout on that possession.
Excellent defense, active, and he made it a very tough shot for him.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Well, it was. I mean, a tight game like this one, you'd think they'd have a little more energy at the defensive end than that.
Now, here's Burks. He's got 7. Another miss by Utah.
A little ambitious on that possession, trying to hit a shot in the face of that defensive pressure.
And so it looks like the Raptors will retain possession here. Screen by Scola. Clock at 6. And DeRozan kicks to Scola. And stolen by Booker. Whoa!
Talk about putting something extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, Clark, you know, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space.
I'm startled that he would even try something like that at this stage of the game.
It's DeRozan with the drive. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
2 shots.
Looking at the game for DeRozan, he has 8 points and a steal. His success in the assist department is carried over to the free throw line.
Boy, has he been steady at the helm today.
Here's what Utah's going with right now. Rudy Gobert, he's checked in for Lyles. Favors comes in for Booker. And Gordon Hayward is subbed in for Hood. And Damari Carroll is going to pick up a foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Greg, those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
Clock at 6. Burke kicks to Hayward. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Hayward's got 12 in the game.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Right wing. And Valanciunas kicks to Carroll. Back to Valanciunas. Carroll against Hayward. And again, Toronto no up.
Kevin, I didn't like that defensive effort at all, but they're lucky he missed it.
Yeah, you hope that's not indicative of the type of D they're going to play, because if they do, they're going to have struggles with him tonight.
The Raptors making a switch here. Bennett's checked in. Gobert the screen. Burke kicks to Hayward. And it's blocked by DeRozan. They retain possession. Raptors with the lead. And that goes out of bounds. Last touch by Carroll.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
Utah's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far.
And the Raptors have been talking about changing things up in the logo department for a while. Finally, we get a chance to see the new logo this season.
And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. As you said, the Raptors with the new logo this year, Greg. Good-looking change, too, I think, Clark.
Yeah, I think it's subtle enough to not lose the continuity, but still feel fresh and new. I like that. That's a nice job of balancing the old with freshening up for the new.
Powell, he's checked in for Toronto. Lowry kicks to Valanciunas. Gobert with the block.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Yeah, tit for tat on the glass. Just one more aspect of what's been a very closely contested ball game here.
Catching up on the changes for Toronto. Right, he's checked in for Powell. And it's Joseph in for Kyle Lowry. Burke, the pass to Gobert. Burke dishes to Hayward. There's the 3. Joseph with the rebound.
Even against solid defense, he's still going to try to continue to make that shot.
And I wouldn't bet against him in that situation the next time out.
Carroll kicks to Bennett. Here's the screen to the inside. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
Give an assist there, not for the pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed him up and made the layup possible.
Now Burke. He kicks to Gobert. At the top of the key, Hayward. Here's the 3. And the foul on Alec Burks. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's his second personal foul. If he gets another, it probably puts him on the bench for the rest of the first half.
Kyle Lowry. He's checked in for Joseph. Right, the pass to Bennett. To the right side. Carroll dishes to Valanciunas. Gobert with the block. Burke with it. Now right defender. Hayward outside. It's stolen by Carroll. There's the feed to Wright. Back to Valanciunas. Shot is no good. The Jazz go the other way with it. 59 seconds left to play here in the half. Favors with the screen. Burke Burke with it to the middle and stolen by Wright.
And with the time left, they still can go 2 for 1.
Boy, they got to do it fast. They must hurry from here.
Here's Valanciunas. And Wright kicks to Lowry. Back to Wright. To the paint. It's stolen by Gobert. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
And he can't get the first one. And the second free throw, good. 23 seconds left here in the second. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Here's Lowry. 5 points in the game. To the middle. Wants to get it to Bennett and does. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. It's going to be on Rudy Gobert. Toronto shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight. And that trip coming up empty, missing both. Here's Burks. And it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. And we're through the first half of basketball here, and what's been a good one. It's the Jazz. They're up by 3. We'll be back shortly live from the Air Canada Centre in downtown Toronto. Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far.
You know, Dwayne Casey was once a player at Kentucky, took me and hosted me on my recruiting visit at Kentucky back in 1979. Actually got his coaching start at the school as well.
And it's been a back and fourth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now.
Looking at the game for Hayward, he has 15 points and he's drained 3 3-point bombs so far.
Don't stop. Don't hesitate. Keep firing from out there when the shot's falling like this.
Checking out the group for Quinn Snyder to start the second half. The forwards are Hayward and Favors. Pairing up in the backcourt, Trey Burke and Alec Burks. And it's Gobert in at the 5. Rome in the paint. Hayward passes to Gobert. Back to Hayward. 4 on the shot clock. 1-on-1 here. And Bennett closes it down.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
Burks can't get it to go. Here's Joseph for the lead. He dishes it to Valanciunas. And Wright kicks to Valanciunas. And stolen by Favors. Here's Hayward. Oh, and he can't cap off the break. Third quarter of play with just over a minute and a half gone by. Raptors get it back. Valanciunas dishes to Carroll. And it's Bennett in the corner. Pass to Valanciunas. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Chance there to take the lead. Missing.
1 for 4 from the field since halftime. They're having a tough time getting it going here.
Now here's Burks. He's covered by Bennett. And he goes in for the dunk.
Some hang time on that rim puts a little whipped cream on that angel food cake there.
It's a tight ball game, and those displays of strength, Clark, can get one team rolling.
Agreed.
And also the other on its heels. Let's see how this one turns out.
Right outside. So the wing on the left. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation.
And you can tolerate gaffes like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
Some changes for Toronto. Biombo comes in for Valanciunas, and it's Ross in for Damari Carroll. 3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. And here's Hayward. He's got 15. 4-on-3 break. Hayward again. Ross. Six on the shot clock. Good.
I'm not sure who was supposed to be on him that possession. I mean, apparently neither did the defenders.
Terrence Ross, an explosive young player who can really put on a show. Clark, jaw-dropping, highlight reel dunks are his specialty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Tremendous athlete, great bounce and elevation and creativity. Won the slam dunk contest as a rookie. That's now 7 straight for them coming from fast breaks.
Yeah, and they're making it look easy, guys, running it down the opponent's throat.
Favors sets the pick for Burke. Inside. Deflects the pass. Ross passes to Biombo. Ross kicks to Biombo. Feeds it to Ross. Here's Joseph. Hayward grabs the board.
And back to Terrence Ross. Sometimes the show he puts on is of the scoring variety. He threw in 51 against the Clippers 2 seasons ago. Great lift and form on his shot.
Hayward goes in. It's good. The assist that time from Burke. Burke's got 3 assists now in this one. There's a screen. Joseph dishes to Ross. Pass to Biombo. Utah with the rebound. Hayward's got his 3rd rebound on the night.
You know, one thing I think about with Terrence Ross is he can be all or nothing. His game moves up and down like a roller coaster or an echocardiogram. I mean, he's up, he's way up, and he's down. Look out below.
And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for Toronto.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
Here's Joseph. And the Raptors tack on 2 more.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
Favors with the screen. Hayward. And he sinks the shot coming off the strong pick. Hayward's got 19 points.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job. I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is the 2 points. not the dramatic.
Oh, come on, Clark. He had to go for it, didn't he?
Yeah, but hey. He's an athlete, and I can't fault him for that one. Although, if he missed it, I might have.
Shot clock at 6. And stolen by Bennett. And here we go. And Wright gets it to go on the assist from Ross. And it's a 6-point Toronto lead.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
Timeout is called, first of the game for the Jazz.
And, you know, with Anthony Bennett, his performance was a little better last season over his rookie campaign. Field goal percentage and three-point percentages were both up. But he was a #1 overall pick, a former #1 pick, and his coaches and teammates still expecting a lot more from him.
And some changes here for the Raptors. Luis Scola, he's checked in for Anthony Bennett. DeRozan comes in for Joseph. And it's Kyle Lowry in for Wright. Utah also making some changes. Rodney Hood comes in for Alec Burks. And it's Dante Exum in for Burke. And when it comes to Michael Bennett, many scouts felt he'd be the perfect stretch 4. Instead, Greg, he's more of a tweener who really hasn't defined his role yet.
A great point again. And, you know, he's sort of a jack of all trades and master of none at this point. But do not count him out. If and when the light goes on, he still has the physical tools and skill set to be a difference maker.
Lowry kicks to DeRozan. Screen by Scola. And the dunk by DeRozan.
And, you know, that's an example of how many plays we have in a game for which there's no stat. A monster dunk coming off just a terrific pick play.
Greg, you're right. It really did work to perfection. Gave him all the room he needed for the flush.
Boy, that's a sound physical play. I mean, can't be afraid to put a shoulder into somebody every once in a while. It's a contact sport, folks.
Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Exum with it. Now guarded by DeRozan. Exum kicks to Gobert. And that comes off the assist by Exum.
The defender a little hesitant to offer resistance as he bursts to the hoop.
Outside DeRozan. Screen by Scola. And finished off by DeRozan.
And Luis Scola setting a really nice screen that time.
Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
Got it. Nice one there from Exum.
In that tight, with that much of an advantage height-wise, there's just not a lot the defense can do.
It's DeRozan with the drive. Scola up top. Ross with a wide open look. The wing jumper off target. For the Raptors, they come in off the wash to the Rockets in Houston. Exum passes to Hayward. To the middle. And stolen by Biyombo. Pushing it up. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. And out of bounds as Utah gains possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Jazz trailed by 6. Gobert the screen. Hayward goes in. Gobert dishes to Hood. Offline with his 3. Raptors shooting one of the high points for them in this game at 54%. Ross with it. Now defended by Hayward. Lowry kicks to Ross. 6 on the shot clock. Biyombo, the pass to DeRozan. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. There's 1:40 left to play here in the third. Gobert with a screen on Lowry. Now here's Exum. Down low. It's tipped. It's stolen by DeRozan. Left side Lowry. And the Raptors miss again.
And if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that. Move the basketball.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not quite sure what his mindset or what he was thinking there. I mean, that was just a terrible shot.
Hood kicks to Favors. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
You know, as I watched Derek Favors last season, he continued to develop his offense. He was a big, unpolished athlete coming into the league, had some conditioning problems, but now it seems like he's on track to be a force as a power forward.
Lyles checked in for Utah. Burks comes in for Gordon Hayward.
Talk about being on his game. Look at the numbers for Ross. 9 points. He has been the definition of a thief with all those steal shots.
And Clark, defensively, he has played this game just so intelligently. I mean, he hasn't let them get away with any loose passes or sloppy ball handling.
And the Jazz making a change here. Booker's checked in. There's a screen. Exum dishes to Burks. Leaner from distance. Kicks it to Exum. "17 seconds left in the third. He feeds it to Burks. 4 on the shot clock. Over DeRozan. Off on that one. And we've reached the end of the third. The Raptors lead by 7. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action. And the final period of play just about to start. So for the Jazz, their last game, a loss to the 76ers in Philadelphia. Lowry and DeRozan are the guard tandem. Bismack Biyombo is out there with Scola. And it's Johnson in the small forward position. That's the 5 out there for the Raptors. Utah was so tough near the end of last season, Greg. They weren't going to make the playoffs, but they did give other teams some trouble.
That's a great point. And how about going 19-10 after the All-Star break? Another team that would have been in the playoffs
right
if they were in the East.
And, you know, for the Jazz, you mentioned their post-All-Star break surge. I mean, that 19-10 record they had after the break was good enough for 6th best in the league.
Banked in off the glass. And the Raptors lead by 7.
Terrific effort on that shot. I mean, he's given up a lot of inches in that mismatch.
Well, height, who cares about height? I mean, it's just a number. Hey, you got to go with what you got. And he took what he had right at him there. Major league big boy throwdown right there.
And he keeps a tight grip on that rim after the finish.
Yeah, maybe that'll give them a little bit of that swagger that they seem to have lost.
Out to DeRozan. On the wing, Johnson. Shot clock at 6. Trying to find Scola. He's got it now. And it's going to be a 3-second call.
And really, the Jazz were a team nobody wanted to play after the break. They were over 500 against the rest of the West and had some big wins over playoff teams in the process.
There's the pick. Exum kicks to Burks. To the inside. Here's Booker. Off the screen.
Crafty pass work there, getting it down low for the easy deuce.
Outside Lowry. There's the dish to Scola. Low block shot. And good as it just snugs right down through the net. Jazz trailed by 5. Now Exum. Pass to Hood. Got a piece of it. And stolen by Kyle Lowry. And some changes here for the Raptors. Valanciunas is checked in for Biyombo. Patterson comes in for Luis Scola. And it's Powell in for DeMar DeRozan. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Outside Lowry. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
Boy, once again, the Raptors were able to put forth a really strong year. You know, the national media recognized it, and the Raptors picked up more and more of the spotlight marquee games as a result.
Well, for a long time, Greg, the Raptors didn't have a lot of nationally broadcast games in the U.S. Seemed like a forgotten team at times, unfortunately.
Yeah, and you know what? A playoff drop is one of the ways that ended that factor. Also, the team plays an exciting brand of basketball. They're a division winner to go along with that. So you start adding those things up, and you see why the Raptors continue to get more and more coverage nationally.
That's good.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
And stolen by Hayward. Gobert with it. Guarded now by Patrick Patterson. Lowry brings the double. Clock at 6. Here's Hood. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
A lot of NBA teams have been outright buying developmental league teams. I mean, the Jazz did that last season. They purchased the Idaho Stampede last March, and we see more and more of that happening. One-on-one affiliations between D-League teams and NBA teams.
Well, last year the Jazz acquired the Stampede from the D-League. It makes sense. They'll have a designated place now to develop, break all their young talent.
And Kevin, it's really a key for the Jazz to have those extra minutes available for all those young talents to get an opportunity to get confidence, but also to learn your system. I think more and more NBA teams will follow this route of buying D-League teams.
And what you have to like out of Valanciunas last season, improved efficiency. The game really, Clark, seemed to slow down for him.
Yeah, he entered the league a little green. I mean, would make a lot of mistakes, but had excellent tools. So with enthusiasm and hard work, you knew it was just a matter of time.
White, he's checked in for Kyle Lowry.
That's his first personal foul. In for your Raptors.
There's the screen. Exum kicks to Hayward. Down to 5 on the shot clock to tie it up. And it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
Timeout's good.
Yeah, great post position. That's going to be key here in crunch time.
He got there late, but you do have to like the aggressiveness to go after the block. But that one's going to count.
Toronto trailing. Right outside. It's stolen by Gobert. And here we go. No good from Booker.
And for Valanciunas last year, his offensive production was similar to the year before, but he cut down on his turnovers. He also raised his shooting percentage to a career-high 57%, and that, my friends, is improved efficiency.
2 shots.
You know, talking about Valanciunas, the light clearly went on last season. He was more assertive, refined his post game. The next step is to extend his shooting range so he can help space the floor on offense.
That one is no good. And guys, we saw a nice development for James Johnson last year. He was 59% from the floor. Closest he had ever come to that in his 6 years was 46%. What a dramatic arc improvement there.
Yeah, I think it was all due to shot selection. He dialed back on the number of threes that he was taking the year before, and his percentage went up.
Booker the pass to Hood. Gobert the screen. Here's Hood. 6 to shoot. And Hayward gets it to go. Hayward's got 8 here in the quarter.
And back to James Johnson. Yeah, he improved his shooting percentage, but the rest of his game has been kind of in a holding pattern. He's averaging neither highs nor lows in any other category, and that means to me he may have flattened out in terms of reaching his potential.
The shot by Powell, no good.
Well defended, though, and he's not someone who handles that kind of pressure very well.
Hayward with the ball. The teardrop falls in. And now a 5-point Jazz lead.
Talking about James Johnson, the reality is he's a role player. Like most NBA guys, he certainly can be a valuable role player, especially if he can shoot near 60% from the field again. But don't expect him to suddenly become LeBron. That's not his game, nor his ceiling.
And the Jazz with some changes. Derek Favors checked in for Trevor Booker. Burks comes in for Hood, and it's Burke in for Exum. Here's Burke. Gobert the screen. Dishes it to Burks. Favors sets the pick for Burks. Lets it fly. And here's Hayward. Favors with the screen. Now here's Burke. Guarded by Wright. Gobert dishes to Favors. Goes back up. Rebounded by Valanciunas. Valanciunas has got 6 rebounds in the game. Powell. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
At the line for your Raptors.
And you know, Utah might not have finished 500 on the season, but they did finish 500 against the Eastern Conference. Went 15-15 last season.
And for the Jazz, getting those wins, Greg, out of conference, you were just talking about that, was a big key for them. Helps them keep pace, Clark, in this rugged Western Conference.
And I thought the Jazz got better and better as the season wore on. They started slowly against the East last year, but won 5 of their last 6 out of conference.
Burke kicks to Favors. Gobert the screen. Favors inside. Patterson on him. Again, Favors missing.
can't get anything to drop. I mean, the way he's going, it's probably not something he should try and shoot his way out of.
Well, they say you should shoot your way out of it, but his teammates probably have other thoughts in mind. The last thing they want to see him doing is continuing to cast that jumper up.
Some changes for Toronto. Biombo's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas, and it's Wright in for Powell. They set the screen. Gobert the screen. Burke with it. Now Wright defending. On its way from Hayward for two. It's good. The assist that time from Burke. Burke's got his fourth assist with that last one here tonight. Now here's Wright. Out to the right wing. And out of bounds as Utah gains possession.
You know, that's hard to explain that play. I mean, I guess he thought he had more room than he did.
The Raptors making a switch here. Bennett's checked in. Now Burke. Outside Favors. They set the pick. And the pass to Burks. Gobert with a screen for Burks. And there's the feed to Hayward. From deep. Raptors trailed by 6. Here's Carroll. Hayward with some nice D. Jazz have gone 7 of 13 from the field here in the fourth. Sweet little floater. Hayward's got 33.
What a top-notch game he's having. He's gotten them in front, and it sure seems like he's going to keep them there. All by himself, it looks like.
Right outside. Now, here's Bennett. He's covered by Favors. Bennett gets to Wright. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over.
That's just a foolish mistake right there, guys.
Yeah, inexcusable. You just cannot allow that to happen.
Hayward outside. To the middle. Looking for Favors. He gets it there. And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. 1:39 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Wright. He kicks to Bennett. And there's the 3-second violation.
Yeah, you've got to avoid those kinds of turnovers.
Yeah, mistakes like that derail any team.
Burke with it. Hayward is green on Wright. Here's Burke. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. That's tipped. It's stolen by Gobert. There's 49 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Wright with the double team. 6 on the shot clock. Knocks it loose. And Utah has possession. On its way from Hayward for 2. Utah the rebound. .20 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Shot clock at 5. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
Raptors ball.
Eight seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. And so it's Utah with the win. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. And standing by for the postgame show, let's head over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith.